It is 5 and we are live. That is no jive. It's Tuesday. You know what to do. It's time to break on through. So come on in the house. Everybody pull up a seat. This is the place to meet. It's the place to be, as you will see. Todd's here. What's up, Todd? How's it going, my man? There's Dylan. I'm going to go ahead and give you all a warning. You're probably going to see a lot of working class yawns today, because today I got up at 3:30 in the morning. Oh, yeah. Yes, Mark, it is true. Merle was hit by a car. We will touch on that here in a few minutes. Let everybody get inside. Man, I got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Yes, sir. Clinton Zilla, there he is, live on Break On Through. All the way from Eminence Front, Kentucky. I got a good top 10 today. I talk to my good friend Jeff Williams pretty often on the phone. You think I'm working class? He gets up at midnight to go to his job. So when I'm heading to work in the morning, if I got something to tell or something to ask or whatever, I can just call Jeff Williams right up, at 4:30, 5:30 in the morning and talk. Our conversations usually go all over the place, but I don't even know where I was going with that. Oh, yeah, I always call him to ask, hey, man, did I do Stooges Top 10? And he's like, I don't think you did. Well, today I asked him about today's top 10. And I said, did I do? He said, I've heard you talk about them, but I don't think you did a top 10. Oh, there's David Robb, all the way from merry old England. Welcome. But I'm really anxious to talk about this top 10, and I want to tell you how I came about it. But speaking of talking to Jeff Williams, last week after last week's Break On Through, I called him up and he said, by the way, man, your favorite Stooges record is Raw Power. And I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, I think it is. I'm going around talking, man, my favorite's Funhouse, son. And I had like 2 songs off Funhouse in my top 10. Yeah, my favorite's Raw Power, the Iggy mix. All right, well, first of all, I just want to start off by saying thank you to everyone who posted or commented or liked or hearted or even just read all the various tributes to Joe over the last couple days. I shared what Tom O'Keefe wrote on his page because I think sometimes, when Tom writes something, I think it sums up what the rest of us are wanting to say. And I really appreciate all the tributes. Let's see here. All right, to Merle Allin. Merle did get hit by a car while riding on his bike. I was in contact with him today, just checking on him, see how he's doing, and he seems to be doing okay. He's he still needs to get some more tests, but man, getting hit by a car, it's going to take more than that to take Merle Allin out. So I know he don't care about your thoughts and your prayers, but you know what? Y'all go ahead and send them to him anyway. And if he gets mad about it, you tell him, well, JC told us to send you those there, son. But I'll keep you posted when I know anything. So anything that he's okay with me telling the public, I will tell you, the public. How about that? Speaking of Merle Allin, and I didn't ask Malcolm if it was okay to say this. I suppose it's okay. But we are working right now on the layout of a brand new TPOS release entitled Murder Junkies Live 2003. You know who their singer was in 2003? And other than maybe a video or so, a DVD or something that Merle may have done, this will be the first thing to like actually be officially released, representing my time with the Murder Junkies, if you don't count the tour diary that Alan King published years ago. And Malcolm sent me the CD, and it took me forever to listen. It takes me forever to listen to anything, man. But one night I was in here doing some work, and Dave Printer says 2003 checks out. Man, I'm glad. Oh, shit. I may have some people tell me, that 2003 it ain't checking out there, son. But I played the CD that Malcolm sent me of this show, and I'm sitting in here doing some work one night, and man, I was surprised. That was a damn good someone caught it. Well, Malcolm recorded the damn performance at some Port Chester, New York, last night of a tour in 2003, and that was the third time I had played with the Murder Junkies. The first time being at some Coney Island High in '93, raising money for the Tombstone. It's supposed to be ANTiSEEN playing up there, but along with me singing with the Murder Junkies, but ANTiSEEN broke down on the way, and someone gave me a ride to New York, and I was able to do the show. But that was my first time with them. My second time was the ill-fated 1994 Murder Junkies tour, which we all agreed shortly after. That was a little too soon, I think. But we learned a lot. When 2003 came around, man, we were a well-oiled machine. And this CD that hopefully you will all purchase from TPOS when it is released is going to show you just what that lineup could do. Now, so here's something else for y'all to check and see if it checks out. What the Murder Junkies were looking for was a singer that was not doing a G.G. Allin impersonation. Which leads me to say I saw this week on somewhere on Facebook a G.G. Allin tribute band. Was I amused? No. Was I impressed? No. Oh well, got to do a gig, I reckon. I started a record label called Long Haired Weirdo Records. And you're going to say, you started a record label, but you only got that one record. Yeah, okay, I started out a label, a music label called Long Haired Weirdo Records. This is my first release. My good friend and my mentor, Scott Savage, the first single he ever did back in 1984. No, excuse me. 1978. And I re-released it. Look at this beautiful red vinyl. It also comes on blue vinyl. You can get it right now at our Big Cartel store. I still have copies of it. The blue is getting low. So if you want a blue, you might want to act soon. Now, can't even get the damn thing. What brings me to talking about this is I want to show you my second release. Long Haired Weirdo number 2. The Streets Living Theater live in 1984. That's where I got 1984 from. I saw this and I was like, oh, 1984. But this is a CD release. This week, provided everything has gone smoothly, I will have release number 3 in hand and on the store. The Wolf Within by Callie Hellstrom. Gonna be some spoken word weirdo stuff with noiseescapes. There's an audience for this stuff. And I'm telling you what, I'll tell you right now, I know for a fact Callie Hellstrom, he puts it all into this stuff, and I hope you'll give it a chance and give it a listen. You'll be able to get it from me, and you'll be able to get it from Callie himself, which he will add some special bonuses if you get them from him. Well, Derek, this will be right up your alley, son. So yeah, go get you some long-haired weirdo stuff on the Big Cartel store. Scott Savage, Streets, Callie Hellstrom will probably be up there this week. Oh, I got word today that the Here to Ruin Your Groove print, the covers, the posters, labels, everything, will be shipping May 17th. So, man, we're looking at the possibility of a very early June release. I also saw the live broadcast, I saw the broadcast performance of us performing Here Ruin Your Groove in its entirety. And I'm telling you something, y'all are going to dig it. Can you dig it? You're not going to get a long span of time as a notice as to when that's going to air. I'm thinking you'll get a week's notice. So once I tell you when it's going to happen, we're probably going to do it on a Saturday night around 8 o'clock Eastern. Maybe we'll do it at 9 o'clock. So it's a little later out on the West Coast. Like you guys can see it at 6. While you're sitting down eating some burritos or something. But man, I'm telling you, it's something I'm really proud of. I think all the guys involved are going to be really proud of it. And I think you as fans are really going to appreciate it. And if things are hot on its heels, will be the release of Great Disasters, the all-new studio album. And I'm going to hip y'all to something right now. Do you want a sneak preview of something on the new album? Well, I'm going to tell you where you can get it. There is a podcast out there in internet land called Punk Till I Die. They've had me on it before. They said after my show, they got the most bump in ratings and likes and subscribers. Both the guys that do it went out and bought Rolls Royces. So, but this past week, and it just went online yesterday, they had Mark Rainey of TKO Records / Cascade Record Pressing. They talked to him on there. And man, I'm telling you, you need to listen to what he talks. He talks about the whole record pressing process. I mean, I know you might think, I don't want to hear about no record pressing. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of stuff that people just do not understand about pressing records. And you hear somebody who owns a pressing plant sitting there talking about it, telling you how it all runs and operates. It's really interesting. So give it a listen. Punk Till I Die podcast. Interview with Mark Rainey of TKO Records. And if you want to listen to it and you're just like, man, I want to hear the new ANTiSEEN song, I'm going to tell you the timestamp to go to. Go to 1 hour, 10 minutes. And that's when they were introduced our song off of Great Disasters. It'll be the first time we've ever had any of it played in public. So, go check that out. And I want to thank Jason Lydell for hipping me to this, to let me know it was on. Rainey didn't even tell me it was on. I talked to Rainey today, and he told me it was on, but I already knew it at that point. So, shoot, all I gotta say is, there's 40-year commemorative knives. They're in the big cartel store. We're getting a good amount of those bought up. You can go on the big cartel store and read the details about it. They're handcrafted by Walt Wheat himself. Let's see. I need to talk about shipping. Man, I feel real bad for all you guys and gals overseas that order stuff, man. It's like, man, my main source of orders used to be from Germany. Not anymore. It's too damn expensive to send anything, man. It costs $26 to mail an album. $26 just for the shipping. And I'm going to tell y'all what, man. I burn myself all the time on this big cartel shipping rate because, I try to keep everything kind of in line with Europe. But, man, Australia's shipping is going through the roof. And now all of Europe, I don't know about Canada or Australia or Japan and all, but Europe, they are not letting anything into that country unless you, the customer, pays a tax for it. So you've ordered your stuff, you've paid that gigantic, enormous shipping, and then when it comes in, they're looking at what's listed on the thing, and they're like, damn, Hollis, you're going to have to pay some tax on this, son. And even if you say it's a gift, that the whole checking the gift thing on the customs form anymore, that don't float no more. It's like the EU's version of the IRS making sure they get their damn money. They want their share of the money you make. You owe them fucking crooks. So, and there's nothing I can do about that. Now, I can just like, not like, okay, here's a for instance. A guy the other day bought one album. He bought one of the Nothing's Cool koozies and one of the established 1983 patches. Well, you know, that koozie and that patch shouldn't do a whole hell of a lot to the damn shipping weight. So, and I figured, well, you know, I'll go ahead and list them in case they bust it open and go, wow, you got a patch and a damn koozie in here, boy. And I was like, I shouldn't have listed it. Because I put them at zero value like it's just a giveaway. It's not a giveaway. But I'm listing it like it is so that they won't get taxed on. Doesn't float anymore. Does not float anymore. They want a value on everything. I told the lady at the post office, I said, I'll never write that shit down again. And you know how long it took to sit there? She had to sit there and give them some amount that they could tax. She tried, you know, the equivalent of 50 cents. 70, ain't going to happen. How about $1? Okay, yeah, we can get our fair share of $1. I'm not writing shit down anymore. Will it get seized? Who knows? Who knows, man? And like I said, I get myself burnt on the overseas shipping because when like people order stuff that's like, it doesn't go together, like a poster, a mug, and a 7-inch. Yeah, I could put it in a big fucking box, but the shipping that Big Cartel adds up, it's nowhere close to what that's going to cost, you know? So I'm getting burned. Some of you are getting burned. You're like going, damn, I got to pay $900 in shipping. And, I don't know. I'm almost this close to not doing overseas shipping anymore. I don't know, man. They're making it very difficult. There's some of you that I know that order a lot. I'll just deal with you direct. You pay for the item, and then, you tell me you want this item. I'll go get it weighed. I'll tell you how much the exact shipping is, and maybe we can do it that way and do it off of Big Cartel. But something's gonna have to give, man, because this is getting ridiculous. I mean, I used to, when we had something new come out, man, I'd have literally like 30 or 40 orders going to Germany. Not anymore, man. 2 or 3. Yeah. Remember I told you that the next time you'll get to see us live will be September 30th at Ground Zero Spartanburg at the 40-year anniversary show with special guest Joe Buck Yourself and Sweet Georgia Brown. Remember I told you that? Well, you will be able to see us one more time. Damn, Jeff Clayton, you can't just sit there looking at me. You got to tell me when it is, son. Okay, I will. But I ain't going to tell you right now. Because if I tell you right now, you ain't going to hear the rest of my damn program. So I'm going to do the rest of my program. And then I'm going to tell you where this next time you can see ANTiSEEN live in person, doing it to it, walking the boards, stomping the stage, going in a rage, laying it down, taking it to town one more time before the anniversary show. But I'll do it after I do my Supremes Top 10. Y'all might want to check and see if that checks out. Supremes, what would Gigi say? I mean, first of all, I'm going to tell you something. They're known as Diana Ross and the Supremes. I prefer to just call them the Supreme. Damn, what are you trying to say, Diana Ross? No, I ain't saying Diana Ross ain't no good. She was damn good. But I'm just saying, I personally am also a fan of the Diana Ross-less Supremes. The main lineup that most people know is Diana Ross, Mary Wilson, and Florence Ballard. They did most of the big hits from the 60s was that lineup. They're the most popular lineup. But I'm going to give you my top 10. Now, I don't know if any of y'all are big Supremes fans at all, but after you listen to my top 10, you're going to hear a few in here that are not, the standard top 20 or so big hits that they had. Now, some of those are in here because a great song is a great song is a great song. I don't care what you do. But I'm going to start with number 10, and this is from the lineup from the 70s, the Diana Ross-less lineup where Cindy Birdsong had taken over as lead singer. Mary Wilson was constant all the way through until the end of the group in 1977. But eventually they got Jean Terrell. And from that time period, from the early 70s to 77, there was quite a few personnel changes. But I'm starting with number 10. This is Diana Ross-less Supremes. A number called Bill, When Will You Come Back? You're probably like, damn, that ain't a song. Yeah, it is a song. You check it out. Go to YouTube right when we get done and look it up. Listen to it. It is a groove. It'll make you move. That's all I got to say about it. Number 9 is also a Diana Ross-less 70s Supremes. A number called Bad Weather. Let's see what somebody's talking about their mama here. Derek, my mother was, and you are probably going to turn me on to some that my mother never heard. Well, your mother was a Supremes fan. Well, goddamn, man, I got ahead of myself. I started into my top 10 before I told you why I wanted to do this top 10. Should I wait till the end or interrupt it right now and tell you the story and then continue with number 8? Tell me something. Tell you the story now. Give me some hearts. Okay, there comes some heart. All right, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and tell you the story. I took my wife to see a movie this weekend called, I don't remember the full title. I think it's like, Hey God, Are You There? This is Margaret. I had no idea what this was going to be about. She wanted to go. And we don't go to the movies much anymore because, to be honest with you, there ain't much out there we want to see anymore. Not like it was even like 6 or 8 years ago. All those damn Marvel movies are starting to look the same. And to tell you the truth, unless it's Spider-Man or Batman, I don't give a shit. Honestly. Werewolf by Night or Morbius, well, yeah, I care about that. But, anyway, so we go see this movie. It's filmed in Mount Pleasant, which is very close to here. A lot of it is filmed right here in downtown Charlotte too. That's not why we went, but apparently it was a book series that a lot of the young girls read, in the 80s and stuff. And it takes place in 70 and 71. I did get popcorn. If I go to a damn movie, I'm getting popcorn, man. That's all there is. But in the movie, the little girl's dad is a big music fan. So, like, after work in the evenings, man, he's, like, holding a stack of 45s, and he's playing 45. And one thing that there's something that bugs me about timepiece movies, especially timepieces of times that I was in. So the movie takes place in 1970, but they didn't turn on the car radio and hear "We're an American Band" by Grand Funk. You know what I mean? That kind of shit bugs the hell out of me. Shouldn't, but it does. It bugs the hell out of me. I can't stand it. All the music was time period accurate. So that made me happy. Well, they're doing a little scan, and they go over to the dad's record collection. And right in the front, he's got this, it was a 2-record set of the Supremes that Motown put out. You know, of course Motown put it. But it was like a best of. Blue cover, had some, real, it's real 60s looking because it came out in the 60s. But it came with a poster of all 3 of them. And I have the poster here somewhere. I'll have it up at some point where you all can see it. But they showed that album. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that album would have been out in the 70s because it came out in like 68 or 69. And man, that made me happy. Like, damn, what are you paying attention to the background of it? Yeah, I do. Because if they got shit in there that wasn't even around in 1970 or 71, I'd go, ah, what the hell? You know. You may be getting old if. Anyway, I saw that Supremes record that I got my copy from my dad. And so when I saw it, I was like, man, I said my top 10 is going to be on Tuesday, Supremes. So, as we were, and that's what I was talking to Jeff Williams about this morning, you know, like, man, have I done a Supremes top 10? It's like, I don't think you have, but I know you've talked about them, but I don't think you did a proper top 10. See, man, we're talking, this is 3 years of Break On Through now. I guess I could go back and look at all of them, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to do that. So, like I always encourage you to do, private message me and let me know some shit you want to hear my top 10s of. I know there's some you guys have sent me numerous times, and I keep forgetting it or I sidetrack it. I'll get to it all eventually. But anyway, my number 8. This is probably the one that even if someone just slightly knows the Supremes, everyone knows this one, and this is probably linked to them the most, I guess. But it's "Stop in the Name of Love." I mean, it's got that classic girl singing group move, you know, where they all do it at the same time. Stop. Perfect song. My number 7 from the original. And I know that there's some of you go, no, it ain't the original, son. The original when they were a 4-piece, son. And then they got... I'm talking about the Motown super hit. Original, okay? Number 7, Come See About Me. Damn good song. You know how I always say a good song is a good song is a good song? Well, man, if any of you Grand Funk fans, there was a album that came out, I don't know, probably the late 70s, called Monumental Funk. It was a collection of old, like, Grand Funk demos and pre-Grand Funk stuff they were doing, you know, trying to kind of find their way. And, you know, we've always told you that Mark Farner loves the old soul music. I imagine Don Brewer does, too. I imagine all of them did, being from Detroit. But they did a cover of Come See About Me, and it's excellent. Mark Farner's voice was made for that kind of stuff, man. Number 6. This is one of those songs that every time I hear it, it just makes me happy. Someday we'll be together. Oh, yeah. You knew that was coming. You knew I was going to belt one out. Someday we'll be together, number 6. I think that was the last big hit that they had with Diana Ross. Number 5. You Keep Me Hanging On. Another example is a good song is a good song, no matter what genre it's done in. If you keep the feeling of the song. Now, I have a feeling if you go, if you have your guitar going, it's not going to be a good song. But Vanilla Fudge did a cover of You Keep Me Hanging On, and it is amazing. Now, if by chance none of you out there have even heard either one of them songs, that's part of your homework tonight. Listen to the Supremes, You Keep Me Hanging On, and then listen to Vanilla Fudge, You Keep Me Hanging On. Because see, that example right there of that, see, I can hear soul and R&B songs in our style. And some of my bandmates couldn't and never could. But the lineup we have now, I can come up with something that you would think that is fucking left field as hell, and you're not going to be able to pull off. But this lineup I have now, the Ultra lineup, they can see my vision, and they can hear it along with me. The next single we're working on, you guys are going to go, these mofos have gone off the deep end now. Good song is a good song is a good song. Number 4 for me, Whisper You Love Me Boy. I love the Supremes version, but I got to tell you, I think I love Mary Wills's version just a little bit better. Just a little bit. Listen to both of those. Mary Wells, Supremes, Whisper You Love Me Boy. Number 3, one of my all-time favorites from the Diana Ross lists, Supremes, Stone Love. I like the album version. It's got the long little intro before the song kicks. The single of it, the one we always heard on the radio, it just kicks right into boom, 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 boom. There's more to it than that. Way more to it. Listen to the long version if you're interested in hearing that at all. Stone Love. Great, great vocalizing in that song. My number 2 from that same lineup. Cindy, Birdsong, Jean Terrell, and Mary Wilson. A Smokey Robinson produced album. Title track of the album, Floyd Joy. It's one of my favorites. Man, that one could almost have been number 1 if it wasn't for the one that actually is number 1. And that is, number 1 is Love Is Here, Now You're Gone. Love is here, now you're gone. Well, that's it. That's my top 10 for this week. Hope y'all are excited about all the news I've given. I know I am. I can't wait for some of this stuff to happen finally, especially that new live album, the new studio album, Great Disasters. Man, we've been working on that thing since 21. And you ain't got to say it because I'm wondering myself, damn, what are we, damn, Boston or something? But, we had a bunch of all kind of wrenches thrown into the making that record. So it's finally going to see the light of day, and we'll let it get out there, become a modern classic. And then we'll start working on another one. This one will not take 3 years to create. So I guess you're wondering, Jason Liddell. Yes. Well, one of the wrenches that got thrown into the recording of that album is the guitar player quit. And I told the guys, I said, man, I'm not enthusiastic about putting out this record, with another lineup that doesn't exist. I don't mind doing the reissues because that's understood that that's what they are, but this is going to feel like a reissue. And it's brand new. I'm just like, I'm just not excited. But you know what? We made the decision that we're going to have Walt learn, and I'm going to tell you something, man. Not trying to disparage any of the old lineups, but man, there was a time when that was just being impossible. Ain't happening. But with this lineup, we told Walt, learn them songs. He learned them damn songs, man. I'm telling you, he did most of that stuff in one take. And some of this is some intricate stuff for us. There's some details about it I'm dying to tell you, but I don't want to spill the beans yet. I want to wait until it's closer to coming out, man, because I'm telling you, there is some stuff happening on here that it is going to blow your mind. It still blows my mind, and I can't wait for you all to hear it. But you know what? I'm going to keep that on the. I'm going to keep that on the. What do the kids call it? The down low. I ain't going to say nothing about that right now. I'm going to wait. We've kept it secret this long. But I guess you're wondering, well, damn, Jim Clayton, where's that damn show? You told us we could see you at one more time. Are you all sitting down? I am. I'm in the Break On Through studio. Are you sitting down? June 22nd. June 22nd, 2023. At the Masquerade in Atlanta, Georgia. You will be able to see ANTiSEEN opening for legendary punk rock band Fear. That's right. Fear with ANTiSEEN, June 22nd at the Masquerade in Atlanta, Georgia. There. I got that one for you. How about that? Y'all hear Coleman? We's raising hell about something. Probably because he wants to be in the Break On Through studios. Well, everybody, by the time we meet next week, I'll have more great news for you. Please contact me. Stuff you want to hear me talk about. Even if it's band history stuff. Even if I've not discussed it before. Because I don't remember. I mean, some stuff I remember I talked about. But some stuff I don't. I'm just like, I don't know if I even talked about it. Yeah, that might be what it is, John. He probably heard we were playing with Fear. So, anyway. Thank you, everybody, as always, for showing up right here on Tuesday night on Break On Through. If you're watching on the replay, because you're working class, you're at work, you're taking care of business. You're going to come home tonight. You're going to watch it in the morning on your truck route. You're going to watch it. You're going to listen to it at your desk or out there on the floor. Welcome and thank you. Thank you for giving me a listen. And we will talk to all of you soon. Take care, everybody. Have a great week.